G'day, my name's Glenn McCurdain.
After 20 years as a photojournalist, I've decided to flip the lens around and examine mainstream media and all the lies that they tell in what I like to call debunking the debunking.
Alright, so why would someone calling himself a flat earther want to upload video of the ISS going across the moon? Well, why would someone calling themselves a globe earther want to do that? And more importantly than anything, why would someone want to fake that footage? Okay, the reason why I put up the footage that I put up, which is fake, and I'll show you here in this video how I faked it, and probably it took me less than 4 hours to edit it. I kind of rushed it, to be honest, just to get it all together. But if you put any kind of time into this, like if this was your job and all you wanted to do was fool people into this stuff, you wouldn't have to do much, you know. In fact, if you are interested in doing a job like this, I suggest that you apply for NASA, because this is exactly what they are doing with all of their footage. The difference is that they're not doing it in their own bedroom and then uploading videos to YouTube to show you exactly how things are faked, exactly what imagery is. Anyone can see that what this guy does, he's straight away, first in the video, he's going to show you, okay, this is my setup, here it is, I'm focused on the moon, you believe me, right? This is it. And then he'll show you the footage at the back of the camera and, you know, that it's all lined up and it's looking towards the moon. But then he doesn't keep filming that to show you the speck going by on the back of the screen, because that would be harder, that would be more difficult to actually insert things into moving video. So what is it that he has to do? He just has to insert an object into one single frame. That's why you'll see when it finally comes in with the ISS going by the moon, it's a still frame, and I've done exactly the same thing with my video here.
The difference between his image and my image, you'll notice mine looks a lot smoother. Okay, each time I save it, and you'll see in the video that I'm doing 2 pixel by 2 pixel by 2 pixel. So the face of the moon and how big that I made that ISS model on the moon meant that I had to make 170 different movements of 2 pixels to get all the way across that moon, okay? In the photo of Red's Rhetoric, he only did 30 across the face of the moon to make it even faster. And as you'll see with the still photo of all of the photos frame by frame have been put together, you can see that he's got his spacing just further apart than mine. Hence why it looks really, really fast, and then why when he has to slow it down. Okay, when I see that, I understand it. Okay, I understand how that photographer, how that videographer, how that graphic artist achieved that image. Okay, that's been my experience. So that's why I'm making this video, to point out to people that might not be in the know about this stuff how simple it is, and how much this day and age especially, we have to understand that just because they show something on television and the newscasters say, oh, this is what's happening here, doesn't mean that it is. It's actually a great example of imagery, which is a form of magic.
And liftoff at dawn, the dawn of Orion, and a new era of American space exploration.
Alright, so we're about to witness some fantastic imagery in this official NASA video of Orion launching into orbit. Okay, so we see real footage from multiple angles here of the rocket leaving Earth and going straight up. And as you will see, what happens is that they will go from this real footage here and then into computer animation. As we can see here, this is a computer animation. Unless what? Let's be honest here. What is the only way that you could actually get footage of the rocket from this angle? You would have to have either another rocket going with it or some kind of drone or helicopter flying up in front of it getting this angle. So we can all see, because there was no helicopter flying up with it or no second rocket flying up with a camera on it strapped looking at this, that will give it an exterior shot of this rocket from above, so we can say that this is a computer generated image, that this isn't real. So already in this video we're seeing that they're introducing computer generated images and they're splicing it, they're stitching it all together to give you the imagery that this rocket is going up and up and up and into orbit. So what they will then do is then they will go to the shot here where we see a camera fixed to the rocket, which we've only just seen now. We haven't seen that shot from the ground up. It's now above the clouds. So now they're using two shots together. As we can see, the first shot is just of the rocket, and you'll see how fake it is by how sharp the edges are and the corners are around the rocket. And then you get the cloud in the background, that once again, these are real photos and this is real video of clouds, but all we're seeing is them put together. Okay, we've got two separate videos that they're putting together. I know that it's really hard to visualize this. Here is a great video that will show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is from the 2018 movie First Man, Ryan Gosling movie. I haven't seen it, but here is some behind the scenes of exactly how this is shot, with a rocket with a camera on it and then with a screen by it. So they're just combining two videos together to give you the illusion that this is real. So now we can see that. What is it that we figure out of this video? That they're shooting a little bit of real stuff of the rocket leaving Earth, and then they're stitching it together with fake videos and computer generated images of the rocket, which is impossible to shoot, and they're selling it as official footage. Okay, so this is imagery right here. This is magic. This is showing someone a little bit of truth and then applying some untruth to it, and then at the end of the process saying, hey look, it's true, it's real, this rocket really left into space, it's really out there, just believe us, because we're gonna have photos, we're gonna have videos at the destination. Don't worry that there's no video anywhere in the world that shows anything of a rocket going from Earth up into orbit in one continuous shot. That does not happen anywhere. If you found that, please forward it to me and please send it to me, because I'm yet to find that through all of my research on this. Okay, so now with only two images, I'm going to show you how easy it is to fake a video of the ISS, the International Space Station, going past the moon. First, you'll need to find a model of the ISS and clean up the image, the object. So even though this stuff's so easy to make, what I do notice is myself, someone who's worked in photography and photojournalism for the last 20 plus years, I notice that journalists and people that are the ones that are actually looking at these things and trying to make stories out of them, I don't understand how they're able to get information out of it when they clearly do not even understand and clearly do not know what they are even looking at. You can have this object, the ISS, going by a full moon or a crescent moon or any moon you want. You can have it going by the sky, or whatever you like it. In this, I wanted to show you how to do it going by a full moon, which would be very, very, very difficult to film or photograph, even if the ISS was in fact real. So secondly, you'll need a picture of the moon. And you can get anything you like. You can use an image of a crescent moon, a full moon, half moon, whatever moon you want. It's just you know, you don't even have to use a moon. You can use the blank sky or anything. But in this image, I'm going to, well, in this video rather, I'm going to be using a full moon, and I'm going to have a little bit of focus before the video, where it shows kind of like, you know, that I'm out there, and I've got footage of the moon that's getting shot, even though I'm not splicing it with that moon footage. I'm splicing it with a picture of the moon, and then I'm going to save all of these different JPEGs of the ISS passing the moon over that moon. So now I've just inserted the ISS into the video, into the background. I've inserted the object of the ISS into the background of the moon, and now I can shrink it down and change the size of it however I please. And this is the editing process. I mean, if you wanted to put something into a movie, or if you wanted to put something into a still photograph, you would do this. There's so many different things that you can do in Photoshop with layers, and creating image or stacking several images together to give the impression of, you know, something being there that isn't. This is what you do. You play around with layers. So I'm going straight down as close into these pixels as possible. This is as much zoomed in as I can get on Photoshop CS5 that I'm using. It's 3200% is what I'm zooming into at its tightest. So here you see this is the ISS. This is the first full image of the ISS against the moon backdrop. So I'm going to be saving 170 separate JPEGs of this ISS slowly traversing the moon, slowly passing by the moon, and once they're all stitched together, it will give the impression of an actual video, just like what Red's Rhetoric had done, except with his, he only had 30 images. I had 170. Hence why mine is a lot smoother than his, and his is a lot faster. And then even when you slow it down, it seems like it's going a lot faster. So as I'm seeing here, I save an image, move it along another 2 pixels, and then save it again. It's a slow process like this. This is just showing the people out there and showing people who are watching this just how easy it is, and you have so much control over all these things. Actually, what I like to call these JPEGs that I'm saving here is not ISS NOT. I'll call this one ISS NOT 52 and save that one. Okay, so by stitching together all 170 images of the ISS, it now looks like a real video, as we're seeing here. And here it is here. I'm showing it at different speeds, at different zooms, you know, just to show people the whole thing as it goes by.
So it's pretty obvious to work all of this stuff out. It just depends if you want to actually work it out, or if you just want to be told, you know, what you think.
No way! That's crazy. We landed on the moon!
So that's what this video is for, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it makes sense, and if it doesn't, comment away, and let's start a dialogue about all of this lies, and all of this fake everything, okay? I want real truth, not fake truth. God bless, goodbye.